Okay. All right. So, okay. So, you know what I heard when I put this down? I really started like kind of sinking into it a little bit. It takes strength to be this gentle. So, I feel like someone's, you know, hmm. I feel like for some people you might be on the side of you want to or but you're not, and some of you it's like you are but you don't want to. So like for example, like maybe you kind of have a habit of not always taking the high road. I don't want to, say like you're always like good guy or whatever, but it's almost like you're always making sure that you're very I don't want to say soft either, but it's like you don't get hardened, if that makes sense. Like you don't let things harden you in a way that's like I'm seeing in my mind, I'm seeing the Queen of Swords, so it's like that like if you've been kind of like a Queen of Swords to me would be somebody who kind of has like learned the game a little bit. They've learned, you know, things, and they've kind of put a lot of boundaries in place because they've learned certain things. And I almost feel like this person has boundaries, but they're not really boundaries that they like. It's almost like they feel like it's not a good thing about them. That they're very like it takes strength to remain graceful in cruel situations. It's like that. It's like you deal with situations, but you always your character has you act a certain way or behave a certain way, and it's almost like it bothers you. Maybe you wish that you could be a different way, maybe more of a Queen of Swords, more of a but there's a part of you that just isn't that way. And it's beautiful. It's funny, we think about having to accept things about ourselves, and you usually only think about like the really shitty things you gotta accept, like, oh, well, that I might be vain, or like little things, and they're not like the best things you have to learn to admit to yourself, but they're things nonetheless. So it's funny that eventually you do come across parts of you that to some would be absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's a beautiful way to be. um it's a beautiful thing, but it's looked at in a way that needs acceptance of self. Sometimes we're not as accepting of good qualities about us, especially if they can seem like they land us in certain situations where you know you I keep hearing behave. I don't really like that, because I don't feel like you're playing a role, or you know what I mean. I don't feel like it's like forced, or it feels like it's like just that's like your nature. Do you know what I mean? It's in your nature to be that way. Um, that's for some of you. For some of you, I think maybe you have tried being this queen of cups, and maybe uh, hmm. Or you're trying to incorporate more of these things, these feelings, these emotions, these hmm, how you look at things, but like after, you know what I mean? Like, mm, know. Give me 1 second. This is odd. I mean, not odd, but it's almost like you feel bound to this. Again, I don't want to say like role, because it's not something that you're, you know, give it a choice, you would choose to behave this way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's funny. It's like, you know, you don't want to be like, I'm that girl, but if you gave this person a bunch of options, they'd be that girl. They just want to have the option. I don't know. It's almost like they want to be the ones to choose it. But, you know, and you can't really pick and choose situations. You know what I mean? Like, you can't really do that. Like, certain, I mean, you can, you know, you can choose to enter into certain situations, you know, if you learn enough about them and you're like, I've experienced enough of that. I don't really need to get involved there. You can do that. That's fine. But, like, certain situations, you know, we go through, we're led into so we can grow and we can learn. Hold on 1 second. It's almost like I think you will learn to appreciate this softness and this gentleness that you've cultivated, and you'll learn that it's important and that it's not really a bad thing. But I do think you're definitely incorporating more of a masculine, active. You know, like it's not the passive feeling that I'm getting. This is going to be your, and it's just a little bit. It's just enough, you know. I think it's going to be just enough to give you that control and that feeling that you're safe and you're doing what you want to do because you're choosing to do it. You know, it's not just like, you know, a default thing that you're doing. Some people, maybe you're too kind. Maybe you're, you know, this could be in any area that maybe you don't say no enough. Maybe, she's looking at something. Like the way she's looking at it, though, I'm really like, maybe that's how you get, I don't know, or, huh. It's almost like you're not looking for something anymore. It's, because, you know, going back here, it's like you're just not looking at it. You're just, the way that you, I think, you're either realizing the way that you do things, you're not exactly 100% happy with that, or you might be finding that there are great things about that, but you need a little bit of tweaking. You know, you need to insert a little bit more assertiveness. Maybe you need to, you know, put your foot down a little bit more. What is this peeking up? Yep, King of Pentacles. Maybe some of you actually maybe need to do this with money. This could be, you're just watching what you're spending. Maybe you're noticing triggers. Maybe you're like, oh, you know what? I did that. I bought that and I really didn't need it. Why did I do that? And you're like, well, I thought about such and such. There you go. Like these could be little areas of your life that you're kind of, I don't want to say nitpicking, but I think they have some kind of weight, you know, and you're, this feels like maintenance. You know what I mean? Like spiritual maintenance. Like you're going through and you're like, dust busting like in all little areas like of your subconscious, and you're almost kind of like looking around in there like, oh, what's like going in the attic after you've not been in the attic for a long time. You're like, oh, look what's up here. You know, that's what this feels like to me. It feels like very what can I work on? What do I need to work on? What is jumping out at me that really needs to be fixed here? And this is one of those things. I think maybe how you react to things will be changing. I think how you see yourself in those moments. You know, I don't think you're as lost as you think sometimes. Oh, excuse me. I just yawned. So, ugh. Oof. Just got freezing cold. Tentacles. So this is definitely related to something that maybe you think would help with your happiness in some way a little bit. It's an emotional happiness. You know, how are you I heard selling yourself short. Yeah, so how are you selling yourself short? You know, is this whatever this is that you do or how you function, is it really that bad? I mean, yeah, you might look at it in some kind of way, but you know, if somebody else was told about this person, or you know, and all they had were characteristics and qualities of that person and morals and ethics and stuff, and you know, what do you think they might think? You know, like sometimes I think we're just too hard on ourselves. You know, we like analyze things too much, you know, so then we like focus and focus and focus in, and then we blow things out of proportion for no reason, you know, when that's there, it's not even the underlying issue. It's something deeper. You know, I'm guilty of this too. We're all kind of on this journey together. It's you know, how do you think I can feel this? I've done this too, probably still doing. It's probably a message for me. Heard a bunch of cheering. Yeah. Wow. Thanks. You know, this I don't want to say blow over. Like I don't think this is one of those things that you're gonna be like, you know, oh that was just silly. And no, I think you're onto something here. I think that, you know, emotionally there are some things that you might want to alter about yourself, but overall I think you have a beautiful disposition. And I you know, it comes with its own challenges. I mean, everything has its own challenges. Everything. You know, you could work for a company and be the boss and have a lot of great things, but then have a lot of really bad things because you're the boss. But same thing about the lowest paid employee, you know. It's like there's a lot of trade-offs. There's a lot of this is great, but that sucks, and that's everywhere you go, whatever you do. So I think if you can kind of get past it and remind yourself of the great things about it, but you know, use that masculine energy and be assertive about the things that you most definitely do want to change. You know, you'll be all right. This is good. This is growth. This is beautiful. This is should be why you're watching tarot readings. Hopefully, you know, it's I don't really agree that it's, you know, to find your true love and stuff like that. I think it's a lot deeper, and that is kind of a byproduct of doing this kind of work. So yes, I like this. I like this a lot. This shows a lot of growth, and it might be uncomfortable growth, but it is still growth. And that's the best kind of growth, because it's, you know, that means you're changing. Let's see. Actually, I want to do my fortune cookie. I am yawning again. Or do I want to do my other ones? I think maybe I'll do both. I don't know. Let's see. I'll do my fortune cookie first. Oh, too many. There are no ordinary moments. 2, 1, 9, 29, 44, and 28 for lucky numbers. Oh. Yeah, I'm not sure. The person I'm reading for feels anything but ordinary. But that would make the card true, wouldn't it? There can't be any ordinary moments when you're not ordinary. There you go. All right. Hope that was able to help. Oh, actually, I didn't even help yet, did I? I need to figure out how I can help. So, solar plexus. I heard solar plexus. I'm being drawn to that yellow. I would do that. Work on your color therapy, doing yellow. Oops. All right, beautiful. And that's all I'm gonna do for that. I got automatic writing. I got writing. So I've done this even for the channel. I think I've done a couple. They've told me to do this where you just sit down and all you just sit down, relax, maybe have some tea or, just relax and you just sit there. And whatever comes to mind, you write it down. There are no right or wrong answers. You just sit and doodle. Even if you just want to draw a picture, whatever, just draw, write, whatever comes to your mind. Okay, you'll be very surprised. Take a picture of it, save it, and then kind of forget about it. And then you'll notice after you do this and work with this, you'll notice things, and it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool thing to do. I do this actually a lot. So that's homework, writing, and solar plexus. So there you go. All right. I hope that was able to help somebody. Okay.